Well, we're the Singh twins. We're British artists, but our hearts are very much in India, and our work, which is painting medium, is also very much based in Indian tradition of Indian miniature painting. We have many things in common, of course, but we are not the same, and people just see the similarities and assume that we're copying each other, which we're not. So we thought, where is this whole cult of individuality coming from? It doesn't really exist. Everybody wants to, be like the Spice Girls 1 minute, or walk around in jeans and a t-shirt and be like their peers. So why were we getting criticised for being the same? So we started wearing the same deliberately because we're rebels, really.
Perfect.
We're here today to celebrate a wonderful collaboration with Tahiliani. We met Tarun a couple of years ago, actually, for the first time, but we didn't know that he'd already known about us. He'd seen our work in Mumbai when we had a touring exhibition back in 2003. We've just been bowled over by what Tarun has done with our work, and it's brilliant for us to see our work in a totally different medium. I mean, it kind of takes an entirely different shape. It's very exciting for us to be here and to be able to share our work to a much broader audience through the world of fashion as well.
Red is going to be very important in the coming season. Here we've pushed red a little, so we've gone red on the eyes, like it's a red smoky eye. And we're adding those little white dots just to give it that slight tribal touch, because the accessories are a bit tribal, and they have turbans and stuff like that. And you know how Tarun's shows are. I mean, there's always drama and more drama. So, red is also adding to the drama.
I've got fever and I think I'm dying of some kind of allergies. So when I looked at the weather forecast for this week, it was sun, 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 Wednesday afternoon, rain, sun, 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 sun. So I just spoke to the guy who said he's calling a peer in Ajmer, who's basically going to cure me of my illness. And he said, "Aap pe koi nazar laga?" I said, "Mujhe pata tha, is aise hi ho sakta hai." So they've been reciting mantras to get the nazar off. Well, they call it they call it past modern, and I think that's actually even cooler, because they're taking the past, which is so, in fact, fantastic. So they work with the techniques from the past, blah blah, and they're modernizing it. Them with their multi-layer painting, and I of course didn't want to use faces, so you'll see it. We'll show you things of the clothes that we've taken it out of there and made it much more contemporary and much more graphic. And I said to them that I'm not going to use anything as it is. One of the things we were doing for them in this collaboration was that I was going to make scarves for them out of their paintings, which they could sell to museums. But I would never use it verbatim. That I would cut and chop and cut it off and add something and do whatever and make my own collages. But one of the things I realized this time is that because we do so many prints, we're textile designer first and the fashion often suffers. Here we just jump straight into fashion. It's like I went to Premier Vidyun, got all these amazing prints and fabrics. I mean, we still had to choose the fabrics, and had a ball,
It's spring, summer, so the idea was Aneeth always thinks out of the box. And here it was that why instead of just a garden, which would be the no-brainer, how about a nursery?
We have roughly about 2,000 pots, and we have 2,000 square feet of grass. We've had about 150 people working on this to set it up, and we are going to have about 120 to make sure that we take it all off in half an hour.
The takeaway is actually the pair of pots which have herbs that have been grown so that they haven't grown too long, so that's the kind of attention to detail that she's given it.
I'm always a huge fan of Pero spring, summer, any season, just because it's so fresh, light. There are so many pieces which you just want to have. Like, you look at them and it's a physical reaction. You're just like, I want that. It's the opposite of simplicity, actually. I would call it like subtle maximalism. Like, you have beaded embroidery, and then you have handmade lace, and then you have all the fabrics are handloom. Specifically notice like the colors and the edges and all of the detailing in between. Like, it's very, very intricate.
I have always been inspired by the Far East, anything Oriental I love doing. So again, my DNA of my brand is wearable, elegant, feminine clothing, which is modern. 2 seasons I haven't done shows, so I was doing more like commercial clothes, like more ready to wear. But again, my love for couture, like, handcrafted, more like embroidered. This is what I love doing. See, it's not so much bling. It's a lot of like ribbon embroidery, lots of textures, a lot of origami. So it's not like bling, in your face bling.